Okay, so do you want your name?
Sure.
This is Rad Zone.
Full introduction.
Although you don't call yourself that. What do you call yourself?
Oh, you can call me Radtone. Sure.
Rad Zone's a better name.
Yeah, people like that.
Okay, so and you're a big Trump guy.
Well, I'm a conservative.
Okay. Well, conservative. But let me say, for example, you think Ilhan Omar's brother. You think Ilhan Omar married her brother.
Yeah, so he could come to America.
Well, you don't really need to be married to somebody for them to come to America. They could just be their brother if the brother has the same pull as a husband.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that.
Me personally, when it comes to having sex with a relative, the secretive, it being a secret is part of the fun. It seems kind of throws the whole point away if you marry them person. There's like no record of her marrying any. But anyways, that's just a general idea. Okay, so now a while back, um, this guy Sam Seder pulled a prank on Steven Crowder because Steven
Okay.
Crowder wouldn't debate him. So then, but then he debated somebody else. But then Sam Seder just magically appeared onto the screen, and then Steven Crowder said, "Holy shit, Sam Seder, what a fucking nightmare." So we're gonna try to recreate that.
Oh, great.
So say, "Holy shit, Sam Seder, what a fucking nightmare."
Holy shit. Sam Seder. What a fucking nightmare.
All right, perfect.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this fucking
Right?
Wi-Fi
We
is
just had
a
a caller
nightmare.
who said, like, we're hearing a lot about like cultural Marxism, and this, and everybody is in unison on the right. This is the
Oh god damn it! You're fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me.
Welcome to technology.
I knew this was gonna be a fucking problem.
story. It is critical race theory. They have been able to successfully use critical race theory, which none of those people know what it is.
Do you know what it is?
Sure.
What is it?
Critical race theory is the theory that white people are bad and we have to tell all the black people, all the black students, to hate white people because they were the ones that took over this country from the Indians, and they were the ones who were the slaveholders. So white people are bad.
I think that's your white guilt telling you that. No, the critical race theory is a legal theory that they teach in law schools about systemic racism. That historical racism, has been ingrained into our institutions, and it affects the legal system. And it's the study of how it affects the legal system.
Okay.
That's a whole different thing.
They also say it's not critical race theory if it promotes saying white people are bad, because technically they don't call it critical race theory. So they're not being honest with you about what they're saying
Okay.
is
Just
critical
out
race
of
theory.
just out of curiosity, is somebody forcing you to wear a mask at a store? Is that critical race theory?
That has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, okay. So that's too far out.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
I have no idea.
as a catch-all phrase for, it's basically like Obama phones. It's just like black people are getting stuff and we're not getting it, and black people are getting it.
Death panels, etc.
Yep. No, death panels is different. This is just like full-on racism stuff. Like, how do we signal? The cell phone was like for black people.
I meant it in terms of a phrase that they don't understand but repeat all the time. But yes, your point taken.
Yeah, but this is there is no policy. They've expired the Affordable Care Act. Like the shelf life of that died when they couldn't replace it, and they're just going back to racism again. Except for now, I don't have a problem with black people. I just have a problem with critical race theory, which I've been exposed to so much. I get exposed to critical race theory at the supermarket. I get exposed to critical race theory. When I call in customer service, I get exposed to critical race theory. The other day at a restaurant, I had to sit next to some critical race theory, and that way it's much more high-minded.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you can think of critical race theory as just substitute black people for it, and then cultural Marxism, just the Jews.
Exactly. I mean, that's basically what we're down to. I'm trying to find. This is. Do we have that
real
tweet?
quick. Did you hear what Donald Trump said about the New York Times?
I can guess, but no.
He said it was run by the Jews.
Run by the Jews?
That's what he said.
Well,
he's got your vote.
I don't.
Where is it?
No, but people are talking about Donald Trump as if he's still in the White House. He's not a president right now.
Oh, come on. They're gonna get him back in.
Well, that's 3 years from now. What about the guy who's fucking up right now?
Yeah, but
the last 11 months.
But Ron DeSantis, well, he's not really that. But Ron DeSantis, that's pretty much Donald Trump, right? You're gonna vote for him, right?
Yeah.
It'd be the same thing as voting for Donald Trump.
Well,
it's not like there's a difference between any of these people. Your opinions about Ilhan Omar are mainstream Republican opinions.
It doesn't matter.
Correct? That's true, right?
Yeah. Conservatives don't necessarily worry too much about the people who are focusing on Trump now are the Democrats. And he's not in office. Why are you talking about Donald Trump? The guy who's in office now is a total fuck-up. Dementia. Nursing home patient. Left-wing lunatic. That's the guy who's in the office right now. Inflation is out of control.
Oh, inflation.
Afghanistan was a total fuck-up. 13 people, Americans, died.
Wait, hold on. Not going into Afghanistan? That's not...
Okay, fine.
Okay. Now let's get back to
this. Let's talk about the economy. Gas prices. Ever since Biden signed a goddamn first-day executive order.
But you do know why gas prices went up, right?
Because he signed an executive order on the first day in office.
No. Critical race theory.
Oh, really?
Christopher Rufo. This is it here.
I saw him sign an executive order
back in March.
The first day of office that was going to kill the pipeline, and the pipeline is keeping prices low.
That's not. Yeah, the president can't control gas prices.
He killed the fracking in national parks.
That's not why the gas prices go up.
That was why America.
That doesn't affect the gas prices.
That was why America.
That's not why the gas prices go up.
Had economic
and you shouldn't be fracking anyways. There's no defense for fracking or pipelines. There's no defense for the use of oil at all. We're way past that.
Well,
anyways,
the Democrats are the ones who are promoting solar and electric.
Not really.
And where does electricity come from?
Because Joe Manchin is bought by oil companies. He's corrupt, and so he blocks everything.
Yeah,
so
because
let's get back to Sam Seder.
Let's
get back to Sam Seder making fun of you.
Theory into the public conversation and are steadily driving up negative perceptions.
Okay.
We will eventually turn it toxic, losing their brand.
So
this is it here.
Okay. So he's going to read a tweet from a Koch brothers Republican strategist. He openly said this in the public. He made a tweet that said this. So listen to this, what he says. This is a Republican Koch brothers funded strategist.
He tweeted out back in March, we have successfully frozen their brand, critical race theory, into the public conversation and are steadily driving up negative perceptions. We will eventually turn it toxic as we put all of the various cultural insanities under that brand category. And now, think about what cultural insanities are, right? Mm-hmm. The goal is to have the public read something crazy in the newspaper and immediately think critical race theory. We have decodified the term, and it will recodify to annex the entire range of cultural constructions that are unpopular with Americans. So
with Americans,
right? Exactly.
The real ones.
It's like we took a word that sounds like, or a phrase that sounds like it could be bad. And then we just kept associating it with things that people don't like. This line at the DMV, it's like critical race theory. I mean, it's just like, it's unbelievable. Or, man, that, there's, I can't, this lockdown, it's like critical race theory. It's like, and that's what they've done. And it works.
Well, to be fair, I mean, so many Democratic politicians are running on a platform that includes critical race theory. So they were forced to talk about it. It's all I hear about from Nancy Pelosi in terms of just the priorities of the party.
She's being sarcastic.
We've got to implement critical race
she's
theory
being sarcastic?
by
Yes, she's being
cultural
sarcastic.
Marxist
She's being
means.
sarcastic?
Yes. Do you
Scientists have
have any response to this at all?
Well, first of all,
So the guy admits that it was a scam. That it's a scam.
I don't know where that Koch brothers comment.
Why
came
weren't
from.
you talking about it? Why weren't you? No, we could look the tweet up if you want. But why weren't you guys talking about this 3 years ago?
Well, people
Because you were
started.
talking about something else, right?
People started watching their kids on Zoom when the kids had to stay home in the last 18 months. Mm-hmm. And they saw what the teachers were teaching them, and they saw the teachers
Parents
were
were
teaching.
watching their adult sons in law school doing Zoom classes.
No.
Why? That sounds boring.
No.
Yeah, that's
They
what critical
don't-
race
they
theory
don't-
is. It's legal. It's a law school thing.
They call it something different, but it's the same
you mean
thing.
history? They call it history?
They
They're
call
talking about
right,
history?
exactly,
You're
right.
talking about history?
And they say in the
So
history
weren't you
class,
guys all complaining about
that
taking down?
all
Why
the
did you?
black
why
people,
should we
all the
not
white
take
people are
Confederate
the
statues
problem.
down? Why should we not take Confederate statues down?
why should we not take Confederate statues down? Well, American Civil War is history.
All right. Okay. So one last question. This is a question that Gabe asked the last time we had a show, and I've been wondering, and we didn't record it. He was too tired, and we fucking didn't record it, and we had a disagreement. So if Kyle Rittenhouse was shooting up a school, was a school shooter, Columbine style, walked into a high school and just started shooting people, right? And a kid came up with a skateboard and successfully disarmed him, would you call that kid with the skateboard a hero?
Well, I can't. You're talking about
This is a hypothetical. Yeah,
situation.
hypothetical situation.
I don't know what I would think about in a hypothetical situation. I think about what actually happened.
Okay, but in a hypothetical situation,
In a hypothetical
Gabe says
situation.
that you guys would all praise the guy with the skateboard. I say, since when have conservatives liked guys on skateboards? That you would say the guy was a hero if he had a gun, but not a skateboard.
They
Because
totally.
you can't use that.
I don't know. I can't say what could happen in a hypothetical situation.
Would you personally think that person is a hero?
If a person with a skateboard,
Disarmed an armed kid by hitting him, beating him with a skateboard, and then taking his gun away.
yeah,
He'd be a hero?
yeah.
Would you celebrate him like you celebrate Kyle Rittenhouse?
Well, once again, I don't know the facts of the story because it didn't happen. We don't know the exact facts of the story.
Because I remember when those survivor kids were shooting, those kids that survived that school shooting, and they gave all those speeches. I remember Ben Shapiro and all these people freaking out.
Yeah,
They hated him.
yeah, because they were blaming the guns on the violence.
Well, they're blaming the people who had the guns and the violence, and they're saying that they
The
wouldn't
kid-
be able to commit that violence without
The
the
kid
guns.
who was popular in the Florida after the shooting was totally anti-NRA, anti-guns, and he got on all the Democrat talk shows for promoting anti-guns because he said it's the guns that killed all the students.
Well-
it wasn't the gun that killed all the students. It was the wacko kid.
Who killed the students with what?
Yeah.
With what? I don't think anybody was actually arguing that a gun is automatically just floating around shooting people.
Well, that's what Democrats do.
No,
that's what they do.
Nobody's
yes.
ever argued that.
That's
Hey,
exactly what they
Kyle
do.
Rittenhouse is a virgin, isn't he?
I don't know.
I mean, not now, but he was when he killed those kids.
I don't know. How should I know? I don't know. You see, I'm not a true conservative, Reagan conservative, Trump conservative.
Well, no, you are. You literally are. We've got a clip on this channel with you called "Trump is a Smart Guy."
Yeah. Trump is a smart guy, but you got to be smart to get elected president.
Well,
No matter what you do.
you know how I know? I can name like. All right. Well, listen. Okay. I think that's it. Real quick, are chicks with short hair hot, or are chicks with short hair critical race theory,
Well,
or both?
critical race theory regards to young students in classes. That's what I think of critical race theory. Teachers who are teaching our young students to hate white people. That's what I think critical race theory
I've never
is.
had a class where they taught me to hate white people, so I don't know where these classes are.
Because you were
I've
in
never-
school 30 years ago.
But-
Same as me. Things were different 30 years ago.
What do you mean? Give me an example of hating white people that they teach. Give me a lesson.
Well,
A lesson plan. Just one title, the
the
headline.
1619 plan.
I don't know what that is.
Well, that's a big...
Give me an
That's
actual specific.
In 1619, when the white people landed in America, they took the black people with slaves.
That happened?
When they landed, yes. There's
Slavery
actually,
happened.
in New York, there's actually a thing called the 1619 Project, where they say white people have been bad since 1619, before we ever created the Constitution, because they brought slaves in 1619.
Those people were bad people, yes.
They brought the whole thing from
Those were
Europe
bad people.
to America.
You don't think we should teach kids about slavery?
That's not slavery, or that's
I don't
not history.
understand. I don't know. So we didn't. So slavery didn't happen.
Of course, it happened
So what are you talking about? Why can't you teach kids about slavery?
because the Democrat school system
There's no Democrat
has
school system.
made the 1619 Project a primary class
I don't know
project.
what the fuck the 1619 project
Well,
is.
look
Don't
it up.
take advantage
It's on
of
the
fact.
internet. Look it
Don't
up.
take the advantage of the fact that I don't know something.
Well, don't
Tell me
me.
something specifically about a history lesson that
I just did the 1619 Project.
I don't know what the fuck that is. So you're just telling. So it just sounds like you don't want people to teach slavery in school.
I don't want people to teach that white people are the cause of everything.
Slavery?
Yeah. Because you know what?
So you just don't want history to be taught in school.
No.
But
That's
you
not
want
what
to
I'm
keep.
saying.
But you want to keep Confederate statues up, even though that has nothing to do with history.
The Arabs were the first slave traders.
What?
And the Arabs sold the
Can we not
slaves
teach
to
that?
the white people. Yes, that's how I learned it.
Well, no, I never.
But that's
learned that
not what
lesson,
they're
but
saying
I
that
never
now.
learned
They're
that,
not
but-
saying that now.
But why? Well, why can't you teach that?
Yeah. Why can't you teach that? You're teaching that it's white people for the
Sounds
reason
like-
of slavery.
Well, I never heard
The
that before.
Arabs were the first slave traders. The black Africans were the ones
But that's not U.S. history.
who took
that
their
would be
own
international
people into
history. Wouldn't that be a
well,
college course?
you're changing the
'Cause that-
subject.
I'm not changing the subject.
Is it
I never
slavery?
learned that in high school.
We're talking about slavery.
I never learned that in high school.
We're talking about slavery that came to America.
It sounds like you want critical race theory because you
I-
want college level courses to be taught in high school.
I learned about a lot of things in high school, but I didn't learn that white people are bad.
Did you learn
because
that-
of slavery.
Did you learn that John Brown was crazy, or did you learn that John Brown was a hero?
They're tearing down statues of Abraham Lincoln.
Did you? No, they're not. They tore down one statue
Yeah,
because it was disgusting.
just one statue.
Because it was
Okay.
disgusting.
Just one statue.
It was disgusting.
Just
it was
one
racist.
statue.
You just want racist statues. To be
Abraham Lincoln
You know what?
is the guy who promoted black independence.
Would you have a problem with Abraham Lincoln being taught to kids as that he was a leftist? That he was on the left wing side? That the Democrats, that the Republicans were the liberal party?
No.
Would you have a problem with that? Okay. All right.